Not everyone is staring at you because they're admiring you. Many are amazed that you survived the traps that they set for you. Yeah. You see, lots of times we think that we're admired and we're liked. The people who don't like us the most are the ones who will set those traps. The people who don't like us the most will put us up on a pedestal. They'll give us praise. And some, in the very beginning, will actually, or maybe they make themselves think that they feel this way about you. You're love-bombed, you're praised, you're put on this pedestal. But oftentimes, when they put you on a pedestal, they're also digging a grave for you. Just have to smack my leg a little bit. These little bugs like my legs to bite on sometime. But at least they're acting as they should according to nature. They're transparent. You pull out something to eat, here come the gnats, here come the flies. That's what they do. But human beings are the most vicious, vindictive, envious, jealous, venomous. And we got to watch out for them. Many people have called me paranoid. Well, they may say that I'm paranoid, and maybe sometimes I am. But I don't say I'm paranoid. I say I'm prepared. And when you go through the battles and you become that highly decorated general in the war, you know a few things. You survived a lot of things. But you've been made to be aware of what can happen. And while the neophytes in life who have their rose-colored glasses on walk through the minefields, many walk through the minefields luckily and never step on one. And they say, you're paranoid. But when you go through things and disappointments and high-level spiritual warfare with demonic narcissists, you know a thing or two. And so we have to be aware when many stare at us hard and many come around us again after cataclysmic situations have happened. Lots of times they're the first ones to show up at the hospital room or emergency room after something happens symbolically. I'm not saying they did something to you to kill you. Lots of times it happens. Look at your newspapers. There's always somebody trying to kill somebody. But those are the obvious ways, excuse me for sweating. This is that good old hot African heat. But most people try to kill your spirit. They may invite you out to dinner. Some will try to poison you. Most will not. But many who want to kill your spirit and get a hold on you, to see if they can get a grip on you, to know how your mind works, to learn how to eventually destroy you, they will seem like your best friend. This is why, at this particular time, in history, in the world, and in your life, as time ticks on, you don't want to waste time. I'm not making this about bodybuilding, but when I was involved in bodybuilding, I did a lot of reading when I was younger. And I wanted to know this thing because I'm a highly cerebral person, even though I'm a comedian and a clown sometime. And one of the things that I learned to have longevity in bodybuilding, even though I didn't stay in it long, maybe 10 years, 9 years, and basically from 16 to 22, that was my competition years. I did a lot of shows. The best way to go about training is to not go crazy and try to do it all in 1 year. You take your time methodically and get yourself to where you have to go and take a little more time, right? Because you can be making good progress. Now, we'll come out of bodybuilding, but I wanted to say when you don't get injuries in the gym, those are major setbacks So all that enthusiasm that you had, and all of a sudden now you have to sit down and lose time, what good was it? So we need to focus on not getting caught up with the injuries, not getting caught up with the negativity, not getting caught up with the negative thoughts that can be placed in your mind, which oftentimes comes, and most times comes from an external source. But when that external source takes the seeds of doubt and plants it in your mind while you eat that meal that they took you out to eat, those seeds of doubt may not grow right away. It may take time to manifest in your mind, and that person is nowhere near around. So you can't blame them, and you won't blame them, because I'm thinking these thoughts. They're negative. This is not me. Where did it come from? It must be me, because nobody told me this, but they planted the seed. You have to dissect, break down, and vet and filter everything that goes in your mind, so you can have a straightaway without receiving any injuries on an emotional, on a spiritual, on a mental, and sometimes on a physical level. It's just like a roof, see? You may see inside. This is inside, this is outside. With the roof, you see a leak here, coming down right here. You're inside. So when you go outside, you think it's right here. But in actuality, that leak may be up here, and the water come down on the inside, and you see it appear down here. The leak is more near the peak of the roof, but you think it's down toward the wall at the lower part, because inside the ceiling, that water is traveling down. So when certain things manifest themselves in your life as far as negative thoughts, don't say, well, this has got to be me. Don't take credit for that when you're a positive person. Understand that 9 times out of 10, a seed has been planted. A seed has been implanted in your mind, subtly, very subtly. And it's not a stranger that walked up to you in the street while you're commuting to work or commuting to the supermarket. It's somebody close to you, that whispering spirit. They may not put the whole thing out right away, but they put a little piece. And it might be 100 pieces of doubt that they place into your mind over the period of 2 years. Like that woman who poisoned her husband because she had an affair outside of her marriage with a man that was rocking her world. And he put into her mind that things would be so much better if we didn't have to deal with him. And she equated it with, I need to kill him. And that's why she poisoned him a little bit every time in his dinner when he's home, and made love to him at night. And he's just feeling so good while he's on his way to dying. Never to find out that his wife, husbands do this too, was poisoning him. Be careful who's around you who would want to poison your mind, take away your confidence and your strength, and you being self-assured and having momentum with your mission. There's a lot of us out here like this. And I say us, I don't mean me, but there's a lot of them. And there are a lot of us who accept the smiles, accept the gifts, accept the camaraderie, and it endears them to us, so it can't be them. So while we're looking over the horizon for the enemy that comes with negativity, they're busy feeding it to you in a sweet donut, in a delicious cup of soup. Symbolically, the words implanted in your mind by the enemy. And when you don't fall, they look back in amazement and say, wait a second. I put traps for this person, and they survived it. Know that what goes down must go up. And if what goes down wasn't down because of what you did and somebody else, you're guaranteed to go up. But you might have to remain in that valley, looking up at everything around you and analyzing until you figure it out. Electricity, unless it's a bolt of lightning, usually doesn't hit you out of nowhere. Electricity is carried by the wires in your home or the wires in some type of electrical device. We don't know what charge are in those wires. But when we put our hand on it, which is dangerous, we're going to find out if it's a live one or not. Right? I had a situation where I was up in the attic in my home in New York City, and I was remodeling it and getting it ready to be rented out. And I was a bit lazy this day, and I threw the switch on the light bulb that was hanging, and the light bulb didn't come on. I said, okay, that means there's no power there, so I can go up and work on those wires that supply power to that light bulb, but they're not on now. I climbed up the ladder, disconnected the light bulb. It was just twisted a little bit. I just pulled it a bit, and the two wires were hanging. And I'm talking to a friend of mine and grabbed one of the wires, just knowing it had no power. You know what happened? I got the shock of my life. Why? There was no power there. The bulb didn't come on. You know what? The bulb was blown. The bulb was dead. No matter how much power you put in that bulb, it gave me a faulty, wrong reading. And I should have followed protocol, just like you should follow protocol when you have deceptive entities around you who are charming you because they really want to be you and they want to take over your life and kill you off to not have your destiny so they can live your destiny. Don't take it on its word. The light bulb didn't tell me anything because it was dead, but there was power in those lines. So we can think that, no, there's no negativity in these people. They've always come through for me. They've loaned me money. They've come to me and helped me when I was sick. My car was broke down. They came and took me around. No. Maybe they are true. We don't know. But just like that electrician who has the circuit tester to see if there's a charge, he's not going to take the word of a light bulb that would give you a deceptive reading. So be careful so you don't have to fall for these traps. But when you survive the traps, it's the biggest victory. It's the biggest victory because these entities cannot implant the same seeds or do the same things to you again to take you off your course. And when you come back, guess what? You come back stronger, more self-assured, more confident than ever before. And all they can do is sit there and look at you and say, damn it, I overestimated my ability to crush this person's life and snatch their soul. You're stronger than that. And you keep on throwing punches and you keep on doing what it is that you have to do in this life. I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to somebody. But many of you have not gone what I've gone through over the course of the last few decades, right? And I'm here to talk about it. And when I write my book, I'm going to write specific circumstances and name names. I'm going to tell it as it should be told, right? Keep on trucking. Know that when the Creator woke you up this morning, you're still in the game, no matter what it looks like. It ain't over yet. You got these in the form of this and this and these two, and you're going to be the winner. I hope you enjoyed my words. Always go to Lancescurv.com, where we'll always let it all hang out. Anyway, much love to you all. Lancescurv out. Peace.
Lancescurv.com. Bold, raw, and uncut.
So, my friend, take it for what it's worth. Your heaven and your hell is right here on this earth.